remember so clearly. It seems like just the other day. We were two kids falling in love, but now we're full grown.
Hey, what's going on, family? What is going on, y'all? Thank you guys so much for joining us. EP42 podcast. Thank you guys so much.
Yes, so welcome back.
Welcome back. I'm here with my baby Toya. What's going on, boo?
I'm good, boo. I'm good. I'm excited for this podcast.
Yeah.
I think this is our 42nd episode.
I'm losing count, but we in the 40s, I know.
Yes, 42nd episode. We're trying to get right with this thing, do this right, get more consistent, bring you more content. So today I'm excited. Welcome back to all our listeners. If you're new here, I am Toya.
And I am AP. And my wife was actually right. This is actually our 42nd podcast. Last podcast was Dear Mama, where we talked about our mamas and stuff like that.
Yes.
So shout out to everybody. I hope you guys had a good Mother's Day.
Yes, I had a great Mother's Day.
Yeah, how was your Mother's Day real quick, boo?
Yeah, Mother's Day was good. Thank you for loving on me. My kids loved on me. Friends and family. It was good. It was good. Every day, I told you in the last podcast, every day is Mother's Day to me. The fact that I get to mother 3 amazing kids and that God gave them, chose me as their mom to leave a legacy and to teach them how to be and to live and how to show up in this world. Is every day is Mother's Day. It's for me, really. So it was good. I had a good Mother's Day.
I'm glad you enjoyed your Mother's Day. We tried to make it somewhat special, and hope you felt appreciated on that day.
I did. I felt so appreciated. I got awesome gifts, cards, and just love and words of affirmation. I mean,
Nice.
I'm grateful.
Cool. Well, we hope you guys had a good Mother's Day as well.
Yes.
We feel we have a great podcast for you guys today. It's something that is near and dear to our hearts. It's something that we try and do in order to keep ourselves, sane. It's something that we do, and we wanted to share with you guys. I hope that, you guys are taking care of yourselves. So today's podcast is all about finding rest. All right, finding rest. Now, my wife actually brought this podcast up, and I thought it was a great idea because, a long time ago, a couple of years ago, we decided to do something to kind of, we wanted to make a piece of history with our family. And so we
wanted to create memories.
Yeah, create memories, and so we did something, some people say it's the silliest thing or dreaded, but we love it. We actually did a timeshare. We went down to Virginia Beach. How many years ago, boo?
I think it's gonna be 8 years, 7 or 8 years.
Yeah,
maybe
so like
years.
7 years ago, my wife was like, "Let's go to Virginia Beach. Let's just go on vacation." So she picked Virginia Beach, and we loved it. We got duped into a timeshare, but it was the best.
I don't think we
thing.
got duped into the timeshare. I think we
Well, we
chose to buy.
We were new to what timeshares were.
We were new. We
Yeah.
didn't have much information. We were just on vacation, having a good time. We decided to go away for a week.
Right.
I wanted to start somewhere, something where we traveled, a tradition where we traveled with our family. So, I just thought, as the children got older, we wanted to take time out and stop everything and kind of come together and just spend time with our kids and to love on them and then to enjoy them outside of our normal schedule, like outside of school, outside of chores, and being in the house, like being in a new environment, enjoying each other and just enjoying our kids for who they are and just making memories, cool memories. I feel like the best memories are made, like some of the best memories are made on vacation.
Yeah, and so we had fun that time. We went to Virginia Beach, and we wound up getting a timeshare, and it actually, it was some of the one of the best decisions we've made, because we actually had a built-in vacation. And so sometimes, and early in our marriage, it were times we just couldn't afford to go on vacation and do things, but we knew that we had this built-in vacation. So we knew no matter what happens, we knew this vacation was coming. And so we, it
so
became a
it's
part
in
of our life. Yeah.
Yeah.
April
So it's in
go.
April of every year. So every year we know, like, no matter what you're doing, no matter what you're doing, like, we're going to take time off of work. We're going to stop everything. And we're going to take this week to enjoy ourselves and to kind of rest, refocus, and kind of reset. And I think it's not like a halfway point of the year, but I think it's a good reset for us. It's springtime. It's like renewal and, kind of getting your mind in order again, because you kind of drifted off from that January
Right.
New Year's
And
resolution.
plus the weather
kind
starts
of
to
thing.
turn, and so it's just such
Yeah,
a good
the
thing.
weather
And
is
if you guys follow us
good.
on social media, you saw some of our pictures and stuff, and we got a chance. My wife is a beach person, so she got opportunities to be out on the beach and have fun
Listen,
and get some of that
the
sun
beach
in.
is my happy place.
Yeah, the beach is our happy place, not so much mine.
Yeah.
But we have fun, and we say all this, to talk about timeshares and all that other stuff, build a vacation, because we just find we work better when we're less stressed. I think that's everybody's story.
Yeah, I
When you're
think
not stressed, you
everyone.
work better. You work
Yeah,
better.
everyone works better. But I wanted to do this show, honey, because I know people always talk about finding gratitude and finding joy and finding peace, and I think it's very important for us to. Do I need to speak louder?
I got you good.
Okay, I think it's very important for us to find rest. And this is like something we've been going for 7 years now, but I feel like overall in my life, I'm really still trying to get better at this. If I can be transparent, because sometimes I get into I got to do this. I'm like a checklist person. I have like a million checklists for all the things and all the areas that I need to do and to accomplish. And sometimes I just get so focused and in the zone that like, rest, I feel bad for resting. Yeah, it's not like I forget to rest, because my body will remind me very easily. The older I get, my body reminds me that I need to rest.
You take a rest.
But I feel bad for resting. Like me laying down, like I was sitting down the other day, I was off, and I'm like, what am I gonna do today? And I'm trying to I gotta do this, gotta do that, and I'm like, you know what, I don't want to do any of those things. Like I really need to rest. Like I feel mentally and physically exhausted. I'm like, I'm just gonna sit here and like watch TV, like watch a movie. And I felt so bad for like wanting to sit there and watch a movie. So finding rest. I wanted to do a podcast to encourage myself and to encourage others about the benefits of finding rest. Yes. And I think it's more important for us now, especially after 2020, right?
Yeah.
Really showed us that time is precious, like life is short, and that we really need to take time out, just not to take care of our physical beings, but our mental health.
Right.
And also like taking care of the ones around us, the people that mean the most to us, spending time with them. So
and this is what the podcast is all about today, guys. It's truly about where is your resting place. And so we know that not everybody can go and take vacations and do all this other stuff because life is just happening. But we want to encourage you guys during this podcast is to find where your space of rest is. Is it going for a walk? Is it taking a nap? Because I love taking naps. Is it taking a nap? This is a new
thing for you. Right? The closer you get to 40, the more like nap territory you're exploring. Because you hated taking naps before.
I know, and my birthday is actually coming up in a week and some change. I'm not turning 40 yet. I got a couple more years, but turn up to the birthday coming up soon.
Yes, you're Gemini. Ooh, right. I'm breaking everything.
You're breaking stuff. But yeah, so we want you guys to find your place of rest. And so, Boo, we talk about your place of rest is the beach. What's some other places of rest that you have that you just can, things that don't cost a lot of money, but things you can do to find rest?
I was going to throw a little
what?
7 benefits of finding of
getting
good
ahead.
rest.
I like that.
But,
I like that.
Dr. Google. You always have to Dr. Google it. So 7 health benefits, just because I'm a nurse, I got to throw this in here. A healthier heart is one of the top benefits. Weight control, improved athletic ability. I don't know about that because I sleep all the time and I ain't getting no faster.
Trash.
Sharper brain function, definitely. Because when I'm not sleeping right, I feel like my brain is so foggy. Better mood. Yes, definitely. Mood. I could attest to that one. Balanced blood sugar, and it boosts your immune system.
Yeah. So those are benefits of finding rest.
Yeah,
right?
Benefits of finding rest.
Yeah. And so it's very important because, look, I mean, let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 1,000. I mean, the way our lives are set up, well, I guess I'm just speaking personally, sometimes you can't even find a minute of peace in your mind.
Yeah.
And so I understand a lot of people are saying, well, look, well, you got kids, you got this, you got that. I know how the world can be crazy at times, but it's
Especially now. I feel
especially
like
now,
right
especially now.
now it's so important for us to find rest.
Right, but it's in your best interest for just for your own sanity, your own mental space to make sure you find what your place is. And so we can't give you what ours. We have a built-in one every year. We have our little small things that we do. We're going to get into some of the stuff we do personally, but we want to encourage you guys to find out where your happy place is. Where is your place of rest? Is it? The funniest thing is I was talking to one of my homeboys today, and they were saying how the bathroom is their place of rest.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
he can go into the bathroom.
Can we talk about that?
He said sometimes he goes to the bathroom. He didn't even take his phone in the bathroom with him. He said he'd be in the bathroom talking to God, and it's just so funny to me. It made me laugh. I'm like, so you just be on? I said, so you think God just want to, smell you when you when you do whatever? He was like, he said, but it's not. My kids can't run in there. My wife doesn't come in there. And he was like, it's just an opportunity for me just to take a few minutes just to have some peace, some happy, and just to relax. And he said, just so that I'm purposeful about it, I don't take my phone in there to make sure that I'm wasting time on my phone. I leave my phone outside the bathroom so I can just sit there with my thoughts.
Yeah.
And that's my place of rest. But that is,
I was gonna say that's a mom, like that's
Yeah.
like a mom and dad kind of place to rest. But I feel like for moms it gets interrupted. Like my kids
Oh,
would
yeah.
talk to me while I'm in the shower. Like when they were little, it's like forget it. You're using the bathroom. They're walking in and out. They're opening the door. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
feel like
forget
for a
that.
lot of moms, like I was listening to a podcast and during the when everyone was on quarantine, and the person was saying like the bathroom was like her bathtub was her place of rest. Like that was the only time that she can go in there, close the door. Her kids know like, okay, mommy, where's mommy? Like she's in the bathroom. Let's not bother her. And she would just go in there. And she said she wouldn't even fill up the water in the tub. She would just legit with her clothes, like just sit in the tub and
Yeah.
just like have a moment to like just breathe.
Yeah.
But like I feel like that's your place to rest because you run to the bathroom, like you're always in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So I feel like that might be your little place of rest too.
It could be. I've been there listening to podcasts. I'm listening to comedy albums. I'll be in there just watching sports. I'll be doing everything in there, man. So
Yeah.
that could be. That's a little 5 minute.
I should
time
add
to
that
yourself.
to my place of rest. But no,
Yeah.
bathroom is not my place to rest. But
And we want to hear it too. 'Cause we're gonna post this online too. I mean, on our Facebook, on our Instagram. What are some of your places of rest? And we want to put your. And if you listen to this on YouTube and everything, thank you all so much for being on YouTube and subscribing. You can put it in the comments as well. What are some of your places of rest in the home, in your car? Some people in their car.
yes,
Um,
I've had moments in my car, definitely with
Yeah.
a nice scenery or at the park down the street. It's just something about sitting there and there's so many trees and it's just like, oh, it's so beautiful. Especially on a nice day, I can just sit there and have a nice cold drink or coffee with depending on like what time of the day it is, and then there's like a little river in the back and the river is flowing. Man, I'm telling you, that filled me all the way up when I'm depleted. That's my spot.
That's dope. And that's
Yeah.
and it's
On the
free.
lake,
And
the
it's
lake
free,
down
y'all.
the street.
Oh,
You
yeah.
could just drive right,
That's
a few blocks
perks
down.
of the place, the house, the home that we bought.
Yeah.
There's a lake
In our community,
our
there's three
community.
lakes in our
Yeah, in our
community, but
community.
one's so beautiful because it's right down the street, less than like a 2-minute drive, and then it's just surrounded by trees and nature, and then there's this little beach area with sand, so you can like, if you're all about dipping your toes in the sand like I am, just that's definitely my second happy place also.
Yeah. And so since my yeah, I was gonna say I had two thoughts real quick.
I think you're talking about your place to rest, but I
Yes.
didn't hear too many places of rest
So
for
my
you.
place of rest is probably definitely the bathroom, but my place of rest is actually my believe it or not.
Your car.
No, I was gonna say my office at work.
Bro, who
And the
finds
reason-
rest at work?
But let me tell you why. Is because for those that don't know, I'm an editor and I do creative content for my church. And sometimes the building is like empty, and it's like because we're still on this COVID thing. We have certain work days, so Tuesdays and Thursdays, whatever. But sometimes the building is super empty, and we go to a big church, but it's empty, and you could just sit there and just like woosah sometimes. You know what I mean? So I'm working, but even when I'm working, you know, something I have to export, something to export maybe 20 minutes. And I just get to sit there and just like,
Yeah.
you know, relax. And I got this nice couch in my office, and as the stuff is exporting, I really don't have anything to do. I'm just waiting around. And so sometimes my office is really a true place of, you know, rest. And so, that's been a place lately
Yeah.
where I
That's
can kind of
awesome.
rest. Yeah.
When I think about it, just I'm just imagining how big our church is, and just being there with no one else there. Like
Mm-hmm.
I could definitely, if I worked for, my job is stressful at the hospital. That is definitely not a place of rest. But if I worked for a church like you did, I would definitely have some powerful moments there, like just sitting in those pews and talking to God, like in God's
The
house.
prayer room. You go in the prayer
Just
room.
by
Oh man.
yourself though, but in the sanctuary, like just sitting in
Yeah.
those chairs, like all by yourself, man. I'm telling you, I'll be laid out on them chairs crying, having several moments. So that's
Well,
awesome that you get that opportunity to have that place to rest. That's exciting. I'm excited thinking about that. That's
yeah.
so good that you
No,
get that.
it really is a good.
Yeah, that
Shout out
prayer
to
room. There's a
yeah,
beautiful prayer room too,
yeah.
with oil. You could be anointing yourself,
And
and
listen,
look,
it's beautiful,
your
but
prayer life could be like awesome.
yeah, but I do get an opportunity just to kind of relax and think about things and you know, think about stuff for the podcast. You know, think about just be able to just relax. And so yeah, that's one of my plays. Babe, I'm gonna give you one more, and I'm gonna give one more, and then we'll go to this next part. Okay.
My next place of rest, anything really, my place of rest is really not specifically just one or
A
two
physical
places.
place,
Like
yeah.
not a physical place. Like I feel like anything that can bring my mind, like on vacation during this time, I really got to rejuvenate. Like I didn't realize how much I needed a vacation. Like you need a vacation because we always wanted to go on vacation. But the way like this vacation was set up, or the way that it just happened. I mean, I guess it didn't happen. We were intentional about it. About getting away, one, because last year, everybody was on lockdown. We couldn't go anywhere. But just the way, like, usually I take, like, when I packed a book, I packed a journal. Like I had intentions of, like,
I backed my laptop,
downloaded
touched it once.
I downloaded so many Audible books. I'm like, I'm going to listen to books. I'm going to do this. I'm usually like planning, like when I get back, I got to work on this, and this. Like this time, I'm like, I'm just checking out. Like my brain needs a rest. My body needs rest. I'm going to eat. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to do whatever it is that I want to do. I will legit like sit on the beach and just stare at the water, like just stare at the ocean and just take in the air and take in like the waves. Like I'm just like, the kids are like, you're not listening to anything, you're not reading anything, and I'm like, no, I just want to take it in. Like I need it to be like refueled, if like that makes sense. Like I just needed to clear out everything that was in my mind and in my body.
Yeah.
So my place is just, I say all of that to say, my place is just like, my resting place is just not one specific place. It's
Places
like
you go to,
whatever.
yeah.
Like even today, we went out for a walk and I was listening to something and I'm like, you know what? Let me take this out of my ear. Like, let me look around and feel the air. And then the birds were out and the deers. Like there was just so much nature and so many things surrounding us. I'm like, let me just like take it all in. Such beautiful trees. It's springtime. Everything's blooming now. And I'm like, and so today was very restful for me. Even though I was working out and walking, I was still at the same time, like just taking everything in and having gratitude and just kind of looking at the trees. Lately, I've just been like mesmerized with just looking at how green the trees are. Like we have some big windows in our living room and I could just look out and see like all the trees and just see nature and how like spring is just like, no matter, I love looking at nature because no matter what's going on in our world, no matter
Yeah.
the craziness, the pandemic and everything, like nature just happens. Like the animals are still the animals, like the trees are coming and going and now they're blooming again.
Yeah.
I just love the rebirth of everything. It's like a reminder that everything is going to be okay. God's in charge and like everything is going to be okay.
Right. And so
I feel like I'm going on, but
you are, but
I'm really trying
and the
to
reason why I let you go
stress.
on and on is because you have reminded me that it's very important to have this mind state. It's very important because we keep saying 2020. Sorry to keep going back to 2020.
No, it's okay.
But
Everybody is like processing from 2020.
Yeah,
I feel like years from now, we're still going to be talking about 2020
Yeah,
because
so-
it just came and shifted our whole life.
So 2020 it was just crazy for me. I mean, it was very stressful. Speaking of work again, it was just very very stressful. So my job went from a stressful place to now a place of peace. So because I had to do so much stuff, but my wife really made sure that she's been very intentional about making sure she's had her time, whether it's reading a book, listen to an audio book, listen to podcasts, listen to preachers. She kind of is at the forefront of our family and making sure that we are taking time to just rejuvenate our
Yeah.
mind, body, and our soul.
Yeah.
She'll be quick to tell the kids, we're not using phones this weekend, guys. Put your phones away. Everybody put your phone in my room. We're not using phones this weekend, so we need to get our minds clear and just reset. And so, kudos to my wife for doing that. And so, what I did
Yes,
was
you have to tend to your mind.
tend to your mind. And so, look, this is Dr. Google again. 9 simple ways to rejuvenate your mind and your body. Right. And so we went through a couple of things. My wife went through some of the stuff that she does. I went through some of the things that I do. And
What did you say you do? So you
in
in the
my happy
bathroom?
place. Yeah.
You go to the bathroom?
See, finding my place of rest was the bathroom, my office.
Oh, your
My
office.
car,
Yes,
my
yes.
car is definitely another one too. My
Your
car is
car,
definitely
yes.
a resting place for me. So 9 simple ways to rejuvenate your mind and your body. And these are some things that if nothing came to your mind when we were talking, I'm gonna throw some things at you and hopefully something sticks so you can say, okay, I'll try that. One, spend time outdoors. My wife just said it, earlier today. My family and I, we walked around the neighborhood a couple times.
Yes,
about
I'm
20,
proud
30
of you
minutes.
too, because you're not
Yeah.
an outdoorsy kind of person.
Not
so
at all.
the fact that you're even
Oh, I just thought
taking,
about another podcast too, by the way, boo, because we just went for our annual checkups and all that stuff. We got to do some health is wealth type
oh
stuff too.
gosh, let me figure this out first before I try to
yeah,
tell
yeah.
somebody else to
All
get
right.
healthy.
So, number one is spend time outdoors. Spend time, go ride bikes, do all that stuff with your kids, or by yourself, go take a walk. Number 2, read a book or magazine. My wife was talking about how in Virginia Beach, my kids and I were in Dave and Buster's. She was in was it Barnes and Nobles?
Yeah.
She was in Barnes and Noble. She said she
So
was reading a
there's a
magazine.
Dave and Buster's. There's a Barnes and Noble's right opposite Dave and Buster's. So the kids are like having fun at Dave and Buster's, and I'm just like in Barnes and Noble. It's just
She couldn't remember the
reading,
last time she
just-
actually read a magazine. She's so used to reading books and stuff.
Yes, it was so
yeah.
good to hold. Because for a while, I love going to Barnes and Nobles. That's also one of my happy places. But for a while, like they took all the chairs away just for COVID to not have people
Yeah.
like hanging around. So when the store did reopen, you can just go there and like purchase things and leave. You couldn't like sit around and grab coffee, and even
read
the
books, yeah.
Starbucks, like they had all the chairs packed up. So it was kind of nice to sit there. I'm like such a nerd, and I love everything books and magazine and reading, but it was so nice to sit there and to just like read books and read the magazines and just chill. So yeah.
So, yeah, that was number 2. Yeah, so spend time outdoors, read a book or magazine. 3, make or purchase your favorite meal or snack. So just you by yourself. Just if it's something that you
Can I say though? Can I
What?
insert here? Should be a healthy snack.
No, I ain't even gonna say that.
Look.
If you need something that's gonna make you that's not gonna be healthy, but it's gonna make you be like, I love how this tastes.
I know, but then you feel like crap after.
No, if you look, I had a long day. I could really use
don't
a root beer float or something like
I'm
that.
working on this with me because sometimes I get stressed out at work. Like there's a Starbucks at work, and I'm like, oh, I know this shift is gonna be rough, or I've had a rough shift, and next thing you know, I'm eating 2 warm brownies for breakfast. Like that's not good.
But that is not good. But it's gonna make
Did
you
it
feel
make
good.
Did it make me feel better? Yes.
Yes.
But
but it's something that you find your little moments of
so
rest.
comfort
These
food.
little- yeah.
What's your like go to thing when you're stressed out? Like your go to food when you're stressed out? Mine's definitely sweets, like brownies,
Yeah, mine's probably popcorn.
on like Starbucks drinks, like
Mine is popcorn.
very something sweet is my go to. Like I need to just treat myself to this because I'm stressed out.
Mine is popcorn.
Popcorn?
Like we have my wife bought me a popcorn machine here.
So when you're eating all that
I'll
popcorn,
drop-
you're stressed?
not stressed, but it's a way where I know I can sit back and watch some TV and relax. You know,
That's your comfort food, though?
it is. My wife would tell you, if we drive by a movie theater, I'll stop and just go into the movie. We go to the mall, movie theater in the mall. I'll go to the mall just to get a bag of movie theater popcorn because I love popcorn. So I love the smell of it. You know, so that's my favorite little snack thing. And my daughter
Yeah.
lets you know that too.
I
Okay.
think for me, it will be like something sweet, a dessert, and
You said that,
also
brownie.
like just like something very like homey, like rice, like something rice related,
Rice.
like some kind of like rice, something with food. Like I don't know, when I'm feeling like I need something to like comfort food, like rice is like my thing. Like any kind of rice, like Thai food, Chinese food, but it has to be something with a rice for some reason.
Okay, I'm with you. That's some comfort food. Okay. Make your favorite meal. Make or purchase your favorite meal or snack. Number 4 is meditation and breathing exercises. If you don't know how to
Praying,
do
look,
that,
insert praying in there
and praying.
too.
So if you don't know how to do that, go to YouTube. Put anything in YouTube, you can find it. So if you're like, how do I meditate? Put it in YouTube. How do I, exercise? If the exercise is walking around the block, whatever it is, just take a
YouTube
little time.
University can show you. And
Facts.
just sitting, breathing,
Yeah,
sitting and breathing, really, really just watching your breath.
yeah. I think that's very calming, relaxing, and a place of rest. The
We
next
need
one is
to
just
do that some more.
yeah, for sure, definitely. Yeah, we'll do some of that.
We'll do some of that.
We'll do some of that. Number 5 is an outing with friends. And sometimes, if you had a
What?
long day,
Outing
a long
with
week, it's
friends?
nothing like
Oh my
just getting
gosh.
together with your friends, going to get something to eat, talking. Y'all could just laugh. Y'all could,
What?
it's such a stress reliever.
Man,
Just
shout
being able
out
to
to my
find-
friends, my
Shout out to the village.
girlfriends. Shout out to just everyone that I see on a regular basis, even my coworkers too. I've developed such awesome friendships with people that I work with too, because you see your coworkers a lot more than you see
More than
like
anybody, yeah,
other
yeah.
people. But shout out to like your friends. I have such amazing friends where I can just call them, talk to them, and just feel so much better after. Like we've had a whole therapy session by them telling me what's going on in their lives and me telling them what's going on in my life. So shout out to
Those good coworkers.
those not coworkers, friends. Coworkers,
Co-friends.
coworkers too. But shout out to the friends that you can call and then you haven't talked to for a good minute, and you could just pick
it's
up
like,
right where
yep.
you left off,
The best.
and
gift.
then you guys can just talk about anything and everything. So those conversations are very therapeutic.
And
I have those with my mom too. I don't know if you had those with your parents, but I had that with my mom. Like I can call my mom when she's in a good mood, and we could just talk about like anything. And afterwards, I'm like, I feel so much better.
yeah, that's another one right there. Last one, I'll skip one because I kind of said it already. The last one is book a dream holiday. Now, obviously, that's something that's that's a big to
dream
do on the thing. But if you can take that time out and do that as well. And real quick, I want to run through these.
It doesn't even have to be a
things.
dream vacation. Like I'm just adding to this because I'm just so excited about this topic. But it doesn't even have
Book
to
a
be a dream vacation. It could
doesn't
be a
have to be.
staycation.
We've
I
had
know
those.
a lot of people this is like a thing that I've never realized was a thing. I wish I did know was a thing, but I wanted to make it a part of my life. Just like booking a hotel and just going there and getting rest.
Yeah.
Like a night at a hotel and just kind of chilling. No kids, no nothing, just you by yourself. Just getting some rest.
And real quick, another thing I Googled was 5 ways to cleanse your mind and your body. And the number one thing was take a technology break. That's the number one way to reset your mind, reset your body, and reset your soul is to take a technology break. Get off of social media, get off of your phone, get off of the apps you're on, take the computer down, the television. Just get a digital break. And
Digital detox.
A digital detox, yeah.
Yeah, I mean the kids were talking about this today.
Yeah. And so that can do it right there. Just give it.
What do you think about that?
It's good. It's good. I mean, that's something that is needed because sometimes you're so overloaded. The one cool thing about iPhone, I don't know if Androids do this, but they show you how much time you actually spent on your phone. a week. And I think it's a week. And
Per day.
per day, and they even show you how many times you touched your phone. So even if you pick your phone up to look at it for a notification, they show you how many times you even touched your phone. And sometimes you're like, dang, I spent this amount of time on my phone. Like, that's crazy, you know? And so it's only a certain amount of hours in a day. You spend, you know, if it's 24 hours in a day, you don't spend 18 of it on, on your device.
Yeah.
It's crazy, you know what I mean? So I could definitely see that a digital detox is definitely needed in order to find a place of rest and to renew your mind, and renew your body and your soul. And so, yeah, that's something that, you know, is very important. So, Boo, what is something else that you is there anything that we missed that you think people can kind of do? We're giving you guys a little bit of tips, some stuff that you haven't thought about yet. We're just throwing things out there. Hopefully, one of these things stick for you.
I mean,
or
I
works
think
for
people
you.
have thought about these things. I just think that we need to be like intentional
So,
about
let's
doing
talk
it.
about that. Let's talk about that. So
Just putting
you
the
know a lot of
intentionality behind it.
Guys,
Like
you know the
this
stuff.
year, I decided a few months ago, I decided like, look, I've been a Christian for so long and I've never read the Bible in its entirety. I've never read it in its entirety. I've never listened to it in its entirety. And, you know, I'm always seeing these commercials for, and even if you're on the Bible app, like you always see they're asking for donations to kind of translate the word into other languages because people are so hungry for God's word. And I feel like we're living at a time, like such a time as this, right? We're living at a time where like we have the Bible translated in like so almost every version. Like I'm discovering new versions that have been translated and it's right here and I've never read it. And you know, I was listening to this Will Smith interview and he was just saying like him and his family have read like, and they're not even Christians, but they've read through the Bible multiple times as a family. And I'm like, you know, that's crazy. So just I finally I'm saying all that to say just find time to do things that really fill you up.
Right.
Whatever that looks like. For me it's reading, for me it's napping, for me it's taking walks, riding bikes, a lot of nature things. Whatever it is that you know fills you up, you really have to be intentional. Like, and our phones will remind us like you got time. Like we got time. Like my phone will be like, you spent 12 hours last week on your phone per day. I'm like, that's 12 hours of that I could have been taking 20 minutes. Like we set the timer today to go work out to 20 minutes. And we got such a good workout in that time for 20 minutes. Like we have time. Like we have to be intentional about taking the time to do things that fill us up. Yeah. So whether it's praying, journaling, meditating, like cooking. My Layla loves to bake. Like it just relaxes her when she bakes. Yeah. Just whatever it is. Cooking meals, journaling. For me, it's journaling. Writing.
And a lot of these things, guys,
writing music for
writing
you.
music, yeah,
right?
poetry, music, whatever it is. And a lot of these things, guys, you already know. You know what I mean? And so we're not trying to say, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do that. We're more saying, take the time out of your schedule to do it because it's going to benefit you so much. Not only will it benefit you and reset your mind, it's going to benefit your family as well. And so
yeah,
we can
and all the people around you, because I feel like the more refreshed you are, the more filled up you are, then you can pour into others.
Pour into other people, and that's so important, man. And so a lot of times we get frustrated, stressed out, blood pressure's high because we're pouring out of an empty, vase. You know what I mean? And so
we're exhausted mentally, physically.
All right. And so this podcast was truly, truly just about, guys, you got to reset your mind. Find your place of rest. You know what I mean? And it's very, very important for your, and just to get even more into it, it can cause health issues if you don't. You know what I mean? Because to be stressed out all the time and your blood pressure going crazy and you get headaches, you're doing this, you're doing that, all because you're just not finding this simple time to say, I have to take time for myself. So just find it in your heart, find it in your mind to say that we're gonna leave you guys. All right, here's a challenge, guys. We need you to pick one thing a day that you're gonna do in order to find rest. I need you to pick one thing. All right, get it in your mind. If you got to write it down, talk to your spouse or your friend to keep you accountable to it. But I need you to find one thing that you're going to do for yourself a day. One thing. Anything to add to that?
Yeah, no, I just want, yes.
I'm not done talking yet. I want you to make sure you find, no, I'm joking. But yeah, I just want you guys to find one thing and I want you to tell somebody about it. Write it down, tell somebody about it. And whoever that person is, you let them know, keep me accountable. if I said I want to go do my nails this weekend, if I say every Saturday I want to go to the nail salon, and you better make sure you in that nail salon. Like, and that could be your time just to take care of yourself, whatever it is. So
Yeah.
just write it down. I need everybody to do that. Get one thing a day. You're gonna try something small a day, or something you're gonna do for yourself for that week. But just whatever it is, just do something. Just take care of yourself, guys.
Yeah.
We got anything to add to that?
I was going to add a few things. The first thing is I just learned a few months, well, was it a month ago that I'm reading this book, and she talks about the difference between self-care and soul care.
Okay.
And man, that was a game changer for me, because a lot of things that I was doing or trying to do was lacking in the self-care department. But oh, how much I was lacking so much more in the soul care department. So I feel like on this vacation I got to really check out to take care of my soul. Like, just not yourself, and like, just besides physical rest, but taking care of things that would refresh my soul, my mind, my inner being. Like, I thought once I learned the difference between self-care and soul care, I was like, I got to apply this to my life. But yeah, like you said, I want to encourage everyone to find time, whatever it is. Look, sometimes it looks like taking a mental health day from work, calling and saying,
Hey,
I'm not
yeah.
coming in. I
Yeah.
can't come in today, and take that day and do whatever it is that you need to do. I was reading some statistics. I don't have the exact numbers, but I know as Americans, we're like, that's like one of the top countries that let vacation time go unused. And that's so crazy to me. Like, I even have coworkers
wouldn't
that
have thought
talk
that.
about this. Like, they accrue so much vacation time that they don't use, that like they stop accruing vacation time. Pretty much you're losing vacation time. So at Barnabas, if you don't use all of your vacation time by a certain time, you start losing it. So many people like lose vacation time, or they have hours and hours, hundreds of hours that they're not using.
Oh, that's crazy.
So
Can they give it to you?
So crazy. You can donate your vacation time at work, thank God. But
Oh, wow.
yeah, no, but I'm seeing all of that to say, like, as Americans, I feel like compared to other countries, like European countries, they don't go on like a 1 week, 2 week vacation. They vacation for 2-3 months at a time. Like,
What country is
like
this?
other countries,
I never heard that.
around the world, like they don't vacation. Like these books that I'm reading, like European countries, like they don't vacation for 1 or 2 weeks. Their vacations are extended vacations.
Oh, must be nice.
So we
Must be
don't even
nice.
know, like, what is it like to have time off for 2 or 3 months at a time. Like, imagine what that would do for your soul.
If you go on vacation for 2 or 3 months, you gonna have a longer vacation now because you're gonna have no job when you get back. So
I'm saying that's the whole American mindset, that we
Right.
just have to, we're in this hustle, bustle, grind kind of thing. But other countries that are living longer and that are happier and that are healthier than us, they don't vacation for 1 or 2 weeks, or they're definitely not letting their vacation time, just accrue and just lose their vacation time. Like, that's the whole point of having vacation time. Like, look, that's never been my issue. As soon as that thing accrue, look, where am I
gotta
doing?
get up outta here.
I don't even have to be like 2020. I had 2 weeks off, and then my boss is like, "Oh, like, do you want to keep working?" A lot of people are choosing to keep working because, everywhere is canceled. You can't go anywhere. I'm like, no, okay, I'm fine. I'm
I'll take my
okay.
time.
I'm taking my 2 weeks because I'm gonna sit my butt at home and do absolutely nothing and enjoy my kids and fill myself up again.
There you go.
So that's not a problem I have. But yeah, if that's a problem that you're struggling with and you're letting your vacation time accrue, take it.
And if you don't want it, let me get that vacation time. Can they go outside the building? But anyway, look, guys, we thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we hope that you took some of our advice. We hope that you are taking the time for yourself. But just why should you do this stuff? You do it because you're worth it. Your mental health is worth it. Yeah, physically you're worth it. You work hard. Your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, whatever it is that causes the stress of your life or the business of life, you deserve to take a break. And so we hope that this podcast is one that help you realize that. But Take care of
Yes,
yourself,
God
guys.
wants us to live lives that are free, that's full of joy,
Yeah.
peace, hope, love, gratitude, like, and rest.
And rest. And
God
rest.
wants us to rest. God rested,
Love
right?
yourself. Love yourself.
Jesus was resting in the middle of a storm. Like,
Yeah. He's
yes,
resting.
God wants us to rest. So I hope that after listening to this podcast, you're inspired to get some rest in whatever
some
ways
rest,
that will fill you up, some self-care, some soul care, whatever it is that you need to do to fill your bucket up again.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right,
our pastor used to tell us, right? Make sure your bucket's filled so you can pour.
Pour out to others.
Yes.
All right, family. Thank y'all so much for joining us for EP42 podcast. Again, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you guys, click on those post notifications. We'll get a little bit more stuff going on our social media. But thank you. You find us on AP Toya Podcast on Instagram, on Facebook, AP Toya on TikTok. We do our morning prayers, our devotionals. We do a bunch of other stuff there. Subscribe on our YouTube channel, AP and Toya. Everywhere you can find us digitally, guys, we're there. Yes. And thank you guys so much for tuning in and rocking with your family. Hey, Toya, you got anything else before we sign off?
No, we love you guys.
Yeah,
I've been listening a lot to Devon Franklin because he has a new book out. And he's been, every time he ends his live lately, he's like, I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. And I'm like, I want to steal that.
No, we can't steal that. We're going to say we all all right.
We love y'all and there's nothing you can do about
Devon
it.
Franklin
Get
says,
some rest.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself, your mental health, your physical health. Love on yourself. Love on somebody around you.
Mm-hmm.
And just be healthy.
Be healthy, y'all. That's
be
what
healthy.
2021, we want to be healthy, mind, body, and soul.
Yeah.
That'll be the next podcast. All right, y'all. We love y'all. Have a great night, day, whatever you listen to this, and we will be back with you again next week. All right, y'all. God bless.
Leave some comments, guys.
Yeah,
Leave some comments. Let us know.
You see, y'all see how they're trying to sign off twice, and then she keeps going more and more.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Look, I done did wrap up
I
twice.
get so excited when I start talking about rest and this kind of stuff. This is like my space. This is like my area.
All right, maybe do another next.
Yeah. So
All right,
get some
y'all.
rest, guys. Thanks for listening.
We got y'all later. Peace.
I do. And when they try to say